And there we have it. That's the end of our FA Cup campaign, and it ends in misery. We have bottled the FA Cup final. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ramel HD channel and welcome back to season 2 of this Tottenham Hotspur rebuild. So in the first season we did manage to secure top 4 and we also managed to get us a trophy in the ECL Final against Lokomotiv Moscow where we won 2-0. So this is going to be the intro for this video. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the signings that I've done over the summer. Also talk about the staff members that I've brought in as well, briefly, because that's probably the least interesting thing about this video so far. Also, we're going to take a look at the starting fixtures. We're going to play the first match of the season. We're going to talk about the expectations as well. And then, yeah, we're going to skip to the end of the season and speak about how we've done and things that we probably need to improve on. Okay, so let's take a look at the transfers now. So, yeah, with the transfers, I have made a few signings. So as you already know, Gabriel Barbosa and Edson Alvarez, we spoke about them towards the end of the last episode. Noni Madueke, we signed him for 27 million. It could potentially rise up to 31.5 million. So the reason I signed him was because, let me be honest, let me be transparent. I didn't know that Kulusevski was going to stay an extra season. And I did plan to move Lucas on. Also, maybe get a move for, I think his name Brian Gill, probably a loan move. I already loaned out Sessegnon as well. But yeah, I just didn't know that Kulusevski was here for 2 years. It may come across as stockpiling, but that literally wasn't the intention when I did go in for this guy. I literally thought we was going to be bare bones on the right wing. But yeah, he has a lot of potential, to be fair. He did have a decent pre-season. He scored 3 goals and in like 6 appearances. But yeah, that's just pre-season. We didn't really play too many big teams in pre-season. Okay, so the next player to talk about is Houssem Aouar. I signed him from Lyonnais for roughly, how much did I sign him for? 31 million, and it could potentially rise up to 38.5 million. Again, I didn't mean to stockpile in this role. I literally forgot that Lo Celso was coming back, as well as Ndombele. I've been trying to sell Ndombele, but nobody can match the price for him. Lo Celso, I don't mind having him as a backup advanced playmaker. We do have a lot of bodies in the midfield and good quality as well. So yeah, if players do get injured, we do have good enough quality to fall back on in terms of the midfield. Okay, so the last signing, Alphonse Areola, we didn't spend too much on him. We've got him for 1.8 million. I think it could potentially rise to 3 million. There we go. Yeah, the motive behind the sign is because he is a good goalkeeper. He can be the heir to Loris when Loris does decide to retire. Also, we didn't go with Golini on a permanent move. I didn't use him that much in my first season, and I think it would have been a bit too pricey for a backup second choice keeper. So in terms of the cup games, I feel like we'll be really covered with Alphonse Areola. He's probably going to be the best second choice keeper in the league, if I'm honest with you. No other team have a really good keeper as their second choice. Maybe Arsenal, because they do have Leno. Okay, so in this rebuild, I mean business. Look at the staff, the amount of staff members I brought in. I probably take up the majority of this list, except the unattached bit where staff members were released from their contracts. But yeah, we brought in all types of different staff members. We brought in performance analysts, goalkeeping coaches, scouts. So yeah, we got David Trezeguet, the legend himself, the French forward. He's our scout. Paul Hart, he's a under 23s assistant manager, and the list does go on. Recruitment analysts, physios. So yeah, I really mean business when it comes to this rebuild. I feel like this club was missing a lot of staff members. The more quality staff members we have, the better results we probably will get in the field, and a better atmosphere we will have in the team overall. One thing I am aiming to try and improve this season is the team cohesion. I know it's going to be really hard given the fact that I've signed a lot of players and different coaching staff members have come in as well. But having a good cohesion, which it is at right now, really helps with the atmosphere at the club. At the moment, it's very good, but it's going down at the moment. We do have 1 or 2 players unhappy, and the managerial support would probably improve over time. Probably do need to bring in one more trophy or secure top 4 again. And we'll probably see the managerial support fly up. So let's take a look at some fixtures. As you can see, pre-season we didn't lose any matches. We drew 2 matches and we also beat Bayern Munich. That one was an impressive victory. Who scored in that game? Heung-min Son. Yeah, Heung-min Son did get injured in the preseason. He only just recently came back. So in terms of the Premier League, we are going to start the season off against Everton. That's going to be the game that we're going to play. That's the first game of the season. We're going to be away from home. We're going to be at Goodison Park. We have Southampton after that, Sheffield United, and then we have the London Derby on the 27th of August, just before the window ends. But yeah, the start of the season, we do have a good run of games. Everton will be tough. Southampton will be tough. Sheffield United, I do expect to walk all over them. The London Derby is always going to be difficult. We never know what colour North London is going to be painted. Probably going to be painted white, if I'm honest with you. I do back my players and I do back myself as a coach. After that, in September, we do have a good run of games as well. Brentford, Fulham and Blackburn. I do expect to have 9 points at the end of this month. That's if no rescheduling happens. Okay, so every season we are required to select a club captain. I think, or not even just me, Marco Savarani reckons that Harry Kane is a better suited captain. Let's just take a look at Kane, because the reason why I didn't give him the captaincy in the first place is because I don't know where his head's at. I don't know whether he sees himself staying until his career finishes. At the moment, it is allowing us to negotiate a new contract. So let's see how the talks go. So 275k per week. To be honest, he has earned it. He has earned the right to ask for that amount. But Daniel Levy doesn't allow us to go anything above 250 or 245, should I say. Let's see if I can entice him with better bonuses. It's clear that the club policy doesn't allow us to go above 250. So I don't know why he keeps requesting 275. But there we go. We have the contract talks finished. We've agreed terms. I think it's just down to Harry Kane now to decide whether he's happy with those terms as well. We are going to go forward with Harry Kane being named the club captain. But first, I'm going to speak to Lloris just to let him know that we're going to go with someone else. Okay, so guys, this is the starting 11 I'm going to go with. So I have Hugo Lloris in goal. At the back, we have Tanganga with Alvarez in the centre-back partnership with Sanchez. Reguilon's our left-back. We have Bentancur as a ball-winning midfielder. To his left, he has Orr. To his right, he has Winks. On the right wing, we have Kulusevski. On the left, we have Son, who's playing as an inside forward. And then we have Harry Kane up front all by himself. Okay, so I'm ready to tackle this game against Everton. Hopefully, we do come out on top and bag our first 3 points in the season in the first game. So yeah, let's head off into the game. Let's head off into the team talks. Let's see what I've got to say to the players, and let's see how they react. Okay, so I am gonna start off just by thrashing my arms up in the air. I'm gonna go with the aggressive approach. So it's worked in some cases. Defensively, I'm just gonna let them know that I have trust in them. So I'm gonna pump my fists. With the midfield, hands in pockets, I expect us to take control of the midfield. And up front, I think I'm just going to have my arms stretched. No, we're going to do pump fists. I trust you. It's Harry Kane. We got to trust him. So at the moment, the only player that's responding negatively to everything that I've said is Japhet Tanganga. I'm not too sure if it's a confidence issue, but at the moment, he's nervous. Okay, so we're all set. I've set the highlights on key highlights. And I am going to do a shout early on. I'm going to demand more. So there's only 15 minutes played so far. And no chances have been created. My players, they seem to have positive body language. Okay, so we have a highlight now. Sinisterra crosses it in, a header by Brantford. It hits the bar and it's tapped in. I think that's by Godfrey. But there's a shout for offside. So let's see what this referee says. He's awarded a goal. So we've gone a goal down within the first 28 minutes. Okay, so yeah, we're really being penned back by Everton. 44 minutes gone and we've barely had any chances. No highlights to report on our end. Just highlights for Everton. Sinisterra with the cross puts it in and it's cleared out by Davinson Sanchez. We've got a lot to do in the second half if we do want to fight back and try and get the 3 points. So we're at half time now. Shocking first half. We have only had one shot and that wasn't even on target. They've created chances for themselves. The XG at the end of this first half is 0.96. They've had 5 corners, 6 shots, 4 on target. Possessions 55% for them. So yeah, the analysts, the backroom staff are saying our defending has been far from perfect. Sorry, we should put extra effort in this area in preparation for future matches. So basically, what they're saying, we didn't prepare defensively for corners, for free kicks and stuff like that. And yeah, it is very worrying because our XG is really low. So yeah, I'm gonna berate some of these players, probably make a few changes as well because we are being dominated in the midfield. I don't think this 4-3-3 tactic is working. Yeah, shout out to Big Papa Gamers for the idea, but I may have to switch up these tactics. Okay, so I'm gonna make some changes now. I'm gonna bring on Emerson Royale, take off Tanganga. He's not playing too well. I'm gonna bring on Arthur as well, and I'm gonna take off Harry Winks, who's playing shockingly too. So I'm gonna give them a little team talk. I've also switched the formation to an old formation that I've used in a previous save. It is 4-2-3-1. Okay, so we have a highlight now. Here's Reguilon. 71 minutes played. We are still 1-0 down. Son plays on the inside. Here's Arthur. Cuts in, takes a shot, hits the bar. It's probably the closest we've come to scoring all game, if I'm honest with you. Okay, so we've lost 1-0 away from home to Everton. This is not the start to the season that I expected from the players. We've got shocking performances all round. 6.3 from Sanchez. The worst performance from Winks. Son is amongst them as well. Kulusevski, Kane, or just poor performances all round. Emerson Royale, he came on, played well. Same with Arthur. There were bright spots in the game. We did create a lot more chances in the second half. However, it just wasn't enough on the day. Yeah, so it's only the first season and the first game of the season. We do have 37 games to play, but yeah, I would have preferred to start the season off perfectly. Okay, so I've changed the formation and the tactics. So we switched to 4-2-3-1, and I've added additional instructions. So higher tempo, passing directness is going to be shorter. I've gotten rid of the counter press and the counter. It's just random. I don't want them to feel like they have to do either or. Probably just freestyle in the game. I've asked them to stay on their feet as well, so the intensity is a bit lower. The tactical familiarity is low right now because yeah, I just made those changes. So I'm gonna try set some tactical training, also attacking training and defensive training, just to boost up the familiarity a lot quicker. So by the time we get to the Arsenal game, we're not all over the place. But yeah, that is a poor start to the season. I will be honest, and I'll hold my hands up. The tactics were completely wrong. Once I switched them up, the players started to get into the game a bit more, create chances. We did have the odd shot here and there, especially that chance from Arthur. It looked like it was going to fly in. But yeah, at the moment, we're sitting in 19th place. My prediction for the end of the season, I feel like we'll get top 4, maybe finish 3rd. I'll probably aim for the FA Cup, if not the Carabao Cup. I know this ain't a proper prediction. You're meant to like say what you think's going to happen. At the moment, I'm just leaving it up in the air. I reckon we'll end up getting the Carabao Cup. I'll aim for the Carabao Cup. Okay, guys, we're back. Okay, so we lost 1-0 against Everton at the start of the season, and we did bounce back straight after that. Before we actually look at the schedule and look at the other results that have happened, we are going to talk about a few things that happened over the course of the season. So as you know, this is the season where the Winter World Cup happens. I know this has nothing to do with the save, but it's something that I thought maybe I should just note. So yeah, Holland, they ended up being the World Cup winners. They beat the former World Cup winners, France, in the final 1-0. Hasn't shown us who scored that goal, so we're going to go into the match report. Access denied. So we don't get to actually see who scored the winning goal in the World Cup, but we know Holland are the champions of the world, and it's their first World Cup trophy in their history. So I didn't know the youth system was actually set up like this. I didn't know it's almost like conferences in basketball. So we have Premier League South, where we actually dominated. Tottenham Hotspur under 18s won the league, and they won it in style as well. So we ended up finishing on top of our conference. I'm just going to refer to it as a conference. By 8 points. Brighton's under 18s were second place. Okay, so it was the opposite for the under 23s. They ended up finishing 11th in the league. So yeah, 25 points on the table, 11th place, and we don't really have the strongest of under 23s. If we have a really good player that's under the age of 23, often or not, he's probably going to be on the bench for me, or probably be in the first team reserves, probably featuring in the under 23s here and there. So yeah, I didn't really expect us to do really well in this section. Okay, so Dean Rastrick, he's helped us find some youth candidates. So we've left one negative topic to a positive topic now. Yeah, we were really successful in the youth department, finding the best young talents around the world. We ended up promoting, or recruiting I should say, 13 players to our under 18s, not under 23s. So yeah, the best of them: Rob Hunter, 1 star ability at the moment, potentially 4.5 stars. Gregory Hinkson, 1 star ability, 4-star potential. Barrington Tucker, weird names, 1.5 star ability, 3.5 star potential. And then we have Daniel Kirkpatrick. Where is this guy getting this name from? Okay, 1 star 1 star ability, 4-star potential, and the list goes on. You kind of get the gist of it. I'm not gonna sound out every player, but we've had a really successful youth intake, which is the point. I feel like the future is quite important in this rebuild. I feel like if we have to keep going out and signing people, this isn't really a successful rebuild. This won't be a great rebuild unless I provide some talent, produce some talent from the youth academy, put them in the first team setup, and win silverware with them. That's the best way to do a rebuild. Hopefully players like Rob Hunter will be the guys we'll be looking to in the future to take the place of Heung-min Son. Also Hinkson, hopefully he can replace Kulusevski, and the list goes on obviously. But now it's time to talk about the first team. Okay, so we're going to talk about the squad. So in terms of the squad, the player ratings are quite high, or the average rating should I say, are quite high. We do have a few first team players that were consistently playing in this little list. So Areola, he was our second choice keeper. He's got the second highest average rating. Same with Hugo Lloris. They're level. So the best players in the side this season, average rating wise, is Hugo Lloris and Areola. It's quite strange. White, he did join in January. I am going to break it down in a bit how we were able to sign him and what that deal kind of looks like. Okay, Davinson Sanchez, he was a star last season at the back, and he continues to remain a star. Harry Kane, I was expecting him to be on top. I was expecting him to be the top of the list when it came to average ratings. But yeah, he did have an up and down season from time to time. He did get hampered with a few injuries here and there. So yeah, his momentum was a bit of a stop-start kind of thing. Okay, so this list does include pretty much most of the new boys. So Madueke, War, we have Barbosa, who else? Alvarez, they're in the green section. So yeah, Barbosa, he had a successful season as well. Okay, so Gabriel Barbosa is an interesting character. I knew when I signed him, we're either going to get the best out of him or the worst. I feel like this was a successful first season for the Brazilian forward. He got 23 goals in all competitions, with also 4 assists as well. So that's 27 goal involvements this season. However, our top goal scorer does remain to be Harry Kane. 29 goals, 13 assists. Fantastic season for the English striker. So he's actually proven to me that I can build a team around him. I feel like we just need to continue to be consistent and pump out great performances from other players, just so this guy here can maintain and shine. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of the goals were shared around the squad as well. Everybody contributing, everybody putting in their 2 cents, adding in their 2 pence. Heung-min Son, he finished as our top assister in this season as well. He didn't really have a great season, if I'm honest with you. He was pretty much like Kane, but worse. I feel like, and he didn't really get injured like that. I feel like there was a lot of games where he had a 6.1, and there was a lot of games where he had a 7.5, and yeah, it was just too much of a stop-start situation with Heung-min Son. I'm not too sure if I do want to replace him just yet or move him on, because I still feel like I can get more out of him or find a way just to make him fit the style of play. But yeah, and he's the first player that I'm going to call out a poor season from him. Okay, so for the majority of the season, we've been linked with Dean Henderson as a potential replacement for Hugo Lloris in the future. With Dean Henderson, this was earlier on in the season, by the way. I'm kind of having second thoughts about that because Areola is actually a top player at the moment. He's a really good substitute keeper. Sometimes I was starting him over Hugo Lloris, and I felt more confident and more comfortable using him instead. However, the goalkeeping position is not something that we have something set in stone for it. So Dean Henderson, he does fit like the criteria for Brexit. He's British, so in terms of the registering him, it's going to be a lot easier. Also his ability, he's 25 years of age. He does possess the ability of a keeper that can go on to become the #1 England goalkeeper. And not only that, he can become a really good keeper. I'll say maybe top 20 in the world if we actually put our minds into getting him in the squad, settling him in, and using him as the #1 and training him up. We're also linked with Goncalves. With Goncalves, I'm in two minds of him. Some people refer to him as a knockoff Bruno Fernandes. Some people say he's a really good winger. I wouldn't know where to deploy this guy. I feel like he's way too versatile for this squad. I need players that have a set position and they're really good at that one position. I feel like with him, I can play him down the middle, either as a centre mid, a number 8 or number 10, and then he can play as a number 11 on the wing. I feel like he does too much, so I don't feel like he's one of the guys that I'm going to be bringing in. Okay, so we are going to talk a bit about the fixtures and where we ended up in the season in a bit, but this is probably something that you guys really need to see because it is pretty much how our season went. We were getting a lot of injuries to our main players like Kane, Barbosa, Bergwijn. Son was he had 1 or 2 injuries here and there. Our right backs, Tanganga was out for a bit, so was Emerson Royale, Lo Celso as well, or even suffered an injury. Bentancur. We had a lot of injuries in really crucial times of the season. And there was a time in the season where we was really neck and neck with City and Liverpool, just putting up a really good fight. As you can see, we had played 33 games at this point. We were third in the table. We were also level on points with Manchester City with 2 games in hand on them. So yeah, we were definitely putting up a fight this season. So there's no doubt about that. The players gave it their all. So at the moment, the main question is, what about the trophies? So after that defeat against Everton, we bounced back instantly against Southampton, and we did go on a bit of a run. We ended up, I think we went on a run of 9 games undefeated. We got a 2-2 draw here against Arsenal, 3-0 victory against QPR, 3-0 against Wolfsberger in the Champions League, 3-0 against Fulham in the league. We also beat Blackburn 3-1, 1-0 victory against Atalanta. So because Atalanta were the favourites, or one of the favourites to get out of this group, go into the knockout stages, it was a really good look for us to get an early win against them early on in the group. Okay, so good runs always come to an end, and it had to come to an end to the German giants, Bayern Munich. They smashed us 3-1. Goretzka ended up opening the scoring. Leroy Sané doubled the lead, and then he tripled the lead. So yeah, we were 3-0 down and we pulled one back with Heung-min Son, but there was not enough firepower for us to actually get us going and make a comeback. So the tough thing about being a side from London is that you've always got to watch your back. You always got to look left, always got to look right, because you have Arsenal trying to creep up on you, then you have Chelsea trying to creep up on you. So yeah, this was a really tough task for me, being Tottenham Hotspur. When I'm at United, I only have Manchester City to worry about. When you're Tottenham, you've got West Ham to worry about, Chelsea, Arsenal. Obviously, Fulham's not a problem, but if Fulham was to try glow up on us, then yeah, we're going to have 4 teams to worry about. So yeah, we ended up beating Chelsea 2-1. I don't know why it took me that long to get to the point. Beat Chelsea 2-1. I was really happy with that victory. They were our rivals in the top 4 race around this point in time. So that victory was really good for us. It gave us a big confidence boost. And we went on to win 3-0 after that against Everton, who did beat us earlier on in the season in the league. So yeah, it was just back-to-back victories after that. Wolverhampton, we beat them 3-0. 2-1 victory against Manchester City. That was a big one.
We did have a 2-0 lead, and De Bruyne pulled one back in the 83rd minute to try and make a comeback. I was really nervous in this game, but we managed to get over the line. We did have a few good performances and one or two average performances. Doherty was shocking. I feel like this is the game that got him sold in January. Yeah, in the return game against Bayern Munich, we drew 2-2. After that, West Ham, we beat them 2-1. Drew 2-2 against Wolfsberger. I feel like after that draw, everything was really tight towards the end, and we just about made it out of the group because we lost our last game in the group against Atalanta 1-0. And yeah, things weren't looking really great for us towards the end. I was really nervous. We just about made out of the group, like I said. 8 points on the table to Bayern Munich 16, and Atalanta were only 2 points behind us. So if we didn't win that game against Atalanta earlier on, I feel like yeah, things would have gone different. I think we would have probably got knocked down into the Europa League. So we ended up going into the World Cup break with up and down form, and it did reflect when we came back. Some of the players actually went on to do well in the World Cup. Some players came back quite early from the World Cup. So we had a few friendlies in between, and we did only lose one on penalties, but we won the rest of the friendlies. After those friendlies, we lost 2-0 to Liverpool, and yeah, that's when I realized we were in a title race. We were neck and neck. That's when I realized Liverpool were actually going to peel off and actually run away with it. This is where our FA Cup run began. We played well in the first FA Cup game. That was the third round against Salford. Obviously, we were expecting to beat them. I think Salford. I don't know why I said Salford. So yeah, Gabriel Barbosa, he got a double, scoring in the 60th minute and the 20th minute, or he got a goal in the 68th minute. So in terms of the FA Cup, we did go on a really good run. In terms of the EFL Cup, again, we were really doing well. We beat Leicester City 2-0 in the quarterfinals. We ended up getting smashed 3-0 by Manchester United in the league. Ironically, we had them afterwards in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup, but we actually came out on top in extra time through a Davinson Sanchez goal, and yeah, we made it to the final. Okay, so Liverpool, they opened the scoring really early on in the EFL Cup final. They get the goal through a header through Brozovic, a nice assist by Mo Salah. In the 87th minute, we had to make a comeback, and yeah, that's exactly what we did. Son gives the ball, he gives it to or passes it straight into Kane, and Kane gets us back into the game in the 87th minute. So in the 95th minute, Liverpool end up winning the game through a header from Joe Gomez. So he helped Liverpool capture the trophy, and we left Wembley without a trophy, which was quite upsetting. So yeah, the search for a trophy at Wembley continues. In the run, we only had Aston Villa, Man United and Leicester City from the Premier League in our way, and I felt like we could take all of those teams. So what ended up happening is that we went on a good FA Cup run. We actually beat a big team. So what ended up happening after that defeat against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup Final, we actually beat them in the FA Cup 5th round, and we actually continued our run in the FA Cup, beat them 3-0. Our main three attackers got on the goal scorer sheet: Kane, Heung-min Son and Barbosa. And then the next round, quarterfinals, it was a London derby. Tottenham versus Fulham. We beat them 2-1. Noni Madueke, he opened the scoring in the 40th minute. Keenan, I think his name's Keenan Davis, he equalized for Fulham in the 52nd minute. And then after that, Højbjerg, he got the winner for us through a penalty. So the opposite thing started happening. So I started running into teams that were a lot lower in terms of the quality. However, the games did get a bit harder. As you can see, we only beat Aston Villa in the semi-finals 4-3, and that was due to an extra time goal. And the winner came from Eric Dyer in the 120th minute. So going into this game, I didn't really expect much from Aston Villa. And do you want to know the reasons why? It's because Aston Villa are 20th in the league. So yeah, a team that was 20th in the league put up a really good fight against me. All of the stuff that was basically coming down on us, I thought eventually our luck would turn. Yeah, that is not what happened. We ended up losing 3-2 in the FA Cup Final in extra time. And this is how it unfolded. Let me report on this goal before we even proceed forward. Okay, Harry Kane's through on goal. He dinks the keeper. Kasper Schmeichel didn't stand a chance. Tottenham are ahead within 2 minutes. It looks like Højbjerg is on the touchline receiving treatment. And the first highlight is obviously going to be for Leicester City. Ball put in on the far post. Matthias Cunha, however you say his name, has equalised for Leicester City. It's a poor start to the second half. It seems to me that Leicester City are dominating in terms of the chances created. We're not creating too many chances. We do have more possession than them by like 2%. Tanganga puts the ball in. Oh, looks like a player's been brought down. Gabby's brought down. Barbosa's brought down near the far post. Penalty awarded. Okay, so who's stepping up? Our captain, Harry Kane. Lead us to glory again. Come on. Harry Kane against Schmeichel. Puts it top bins. There we go. 2-1. 28th goal of the season. Inform Harry Kane. I knew I would get the best out of him. So it's Fofana. Thomas, please don't do this to us. No. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, what the hell just happened? Wasn't the ball fizzing past your own penalty area a warning sign that you need to steady yourself? You need to get in line, structure yourself, structure the defense. No, that warning wasn't enough for them. And the ball came straight back in by Cunha on the right-hand side. And Harvey Barnes was there to tap it in. Tanganga falling asleep. This is an absolute joke. Oh, there we go. That is disheartening. I believe he's onside. He was behind the ball. There's no doubt that he's onside. Oh my God. Madueke puts a ball in. Bergwijn leaps up in the air. Is that a goal that must count? It looks like we're gonna go penalties if he says this is a goal. Disallowed. Oh my God. 3-2. It remains 3-2. And there we have it. That's the end of our FA Cup campaign. And it ends in misery. We have bottled the FA Cup final. So at the point of time of that FA Cup defeat, we already lost the title to Liverpool because we lost against Brighton the 17th of May. So that 1-0 defeat has now left us with one only hope this season. We've made it to 2 other finals and we've lost twice at Wembley. It's not looking good for us, if I'm honest with you. So the only thing that we had left was the Champions League. And yeah, do you want to know about a Champions League run? Well, you don't have a choice, so let's get into it. After that game against Shakhtar Donetsk, we actually drew Real Madrid, and I come to find out that Ancelotti actually hates my guts. We have a distant relationship. So I thought, how am I going to make it even worse? How am I going to become this man's adversary? Well, this is how I did it. I drew 1-1 in the first leg against Real Madrid, opening the scoring in the 42nd minute. Heung-min Son was the guy who scored. Karim Benzema equalised. And this is all happening in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We still had to go to the Santiago Bernabeu. And guess what? We actually defied the odds. And I got underneath Ancelotti's skin even more. We beat Real Madrid 2-0 in the return leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. So Harry Kane opened the scoring in the 5th minute, and we got really lucky in the 84th minute through an own goal from David Alaba. So as you can see there, David Alaba with the OG. So far in this season, I've been dealt a really unlucky hand. I've always got a good team that's been drawn against me, and that did not change in the Champions League. In the semi-finals, we were drawn against our title rivals, also our rivals for top 4, Manchester City. We lost 1-0 in the first leg for a goal from Jack Grealish in the 49th minute in the Etihad. However, on the return, back in our stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we smashed them 3-0. Heung-min Son opening the scoring in the 1st minute. We got a double from Harry Kane. He got the goal in the 58th minute and the 78th minute. So guys, we are officially through to the Champions League final. And you want to know what that looks like? We have Liverpool in the final, so it's going to be a 2019 rematch in 2023, and that's going to be held where's that going to be held? I don't even know how to pronounce that stadium, so I'm not going to pretend. It's being held in Turkey, in Istanbul. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting rematch, and that's coming up next. Here we go, Istanbul 2023, the rematch between Tottenham and Liverpool in the Champions League final. And this is the side that I'm going to be fielding going into this match. We do have Lloris in goal, Emerson Royal at right back, Alvarez at centre back, Dyer at centre back next to him. We have Mitchell at left back. Benton Core's going to be playing in the midfield with Arthur. We also have Kulusevski playing as a number 10 because we do have a few injuries in the side. We have Aura out and we have Davison Sanchez out currently as we speak. We have Son on the left and Harry Kane, our club captain, up top. So this is our only hope to not be bottlers. I feel like I'm walking a really fine line between becoming Maurizio Pochettino. How can you make it to 3 finals in one season and end the season with no trophies? It's really impossible to do that. And I feel like I'm about to make it possible. Okay, we're in this match. We only had one opportunity from Evan Nilsson that went wide on the goal. I'm going to switch it to only commentary just to speed things up a bit so we're not spending too much time on one match. Okay, we're at half time now. Lackluster performance. We didn't create any opportunities in that first half. And I'm not exaggerating. We didn't create anything in that first half. So I'm going to try pump these guys up a bit more. They're not confident because they know that they're the underdogs in this game. It's quite hard to motivate players on this game, which I'm not really complaining about. I'm just making a note of it. But yeah, it's quite hard to motivate players in this game, especially when they know the odds are against them. Okay, so we start the second half off with a goal being conceded really early on. Only a couple seconds in actually. Mane with the header, 52 seconds into the second half. Gives Liverpool the lead. It's 1-0 to them. Okay, so we're 2-1 down. Yeah, we skipped a few goals. So yeah, we pulled one back with Harry Kane after they doubled their lead. And it looks like Harry Kane has equalised for us. He's equalised. What are the odds? Harry Kane played through on goal, one-on-one with the keeper, Alisson, and he smashes it in. Fantastic breakthrough. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is possibly the worst way. Extra time again. What is going on, man? Evan Nilsson on the far post. Not far post, in the 6-yard box. Oh, Liverpool have some crazy squad. It's hard to beat a team like that. Again in the season, I have failed to bring back a trophy to North London. And it's Liverpool who are about to hold up the Champions League. The second final that we've been in with them. And the second defeat we've had against them. 3 finals, no trophies. So now that we have the outcome of the season, it's really gut-wrenching, guys. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah, we gotta go straight into the review, or more like a season recap. So the end of the season review begins here, and we are gonna start off by taking a look at our signings. And I apologize if my mood seems a bit low at the moment, but here we go. So first off, I feel like our best signing so far this season has been Barbosa, in my opinion. He's been really successful leading the forward line when Harry Kane wasn't around to do so. He did really well and getting 23 goals and 4 assists. That's 27 goal contributions all season. Another player I'm quite pleased with is Tariq Mitchell. I will be giving him a permanent deal going into next season. I feel like that deal's going to involve, can't remember, I think it's about 25 million. It's not a lot of money, but yeah, he's certainly someone I do want to keep around. Jared Branthwaite, I'm going to go into his deal in just a moment. So here we go, Jared Branthwaite. So we signed him initially for about 5 million with a few add-ons that rise up to 9 million. But eventually the cost is going to cost us potentially up to 12 million. So I feel like we've got a steal with him. He played really well in the second half of the season for us. He did play well for Everton in those 5 games he played in the league. But yeah, he got himself a goal and assist as well, and a player of the match. So yeah, I feel like that's a perfect signing. Also, get in the comment section below. I keep forgetting to try and make this interactive. Get in the comment section below. Let me know who the star performers were in the season so far from what you've seen. Also, let me know what you think of our performances in the final so far. Yeah, I think I should just get that out there from now. Okay, he's played well. 12 assists, 6 goals, all comps. I feel like that's a really good season as well. Only got him for 38.5 million. He's played really well as our main number 10. We've only really been relying on him in terms of the number 10 position. Only towards the end of the season where we realized I could use Kulusevski in that number 10 role, but that's not his natural position. So next season I will be pushing for another player, and that next player will be revealed. Noni Madueke, I feel like he played well as well. Got 1 or 2 injuries that left him out for about up to a month or two. But yeah, he's 21 years of age. We signed him for 31.5 million. He gave us 10 goals and 8 assists, 18 goal contributions. Fantastic start to his career at Tottenham Hotspur. Again, another player, Edson Alvarez, a 7.04 average rating. He ended the season on 1 goal and 1 assist. He's a centre back, so he doesn't really need to be contributing up the field. But we are going to take a look at his overall clean sheets if we can see them. Okay, so we can't take a look at his clean sheets, but we can see his tackle, I think his tackle win percentage, tackles won per 90, so 0.80. So yeah, that's quite decent if I'm honest with you. I feel like he does need someone a bit more solid than Eric Dyer. I feel like in the centre back partnership, feels like Edson Alvarez is the guy that's carrying anybody that he plays with out of the two. So if he plays with Davinson Sanchez, I feel like he's the better out of the two. If he plays with Branthwaite, he's obviously going to be miles better because Branthwaite's a young player. And when he plays with Eric Dyer, he's obviously the best player. So we can actually search for a centre back, but I don't believe that's the actual priority going into the summer. So let's take a look at the table now. We finished second place, only 5 points behind Liverpool, who finished first, and they ended up being Premier League champions. So we did have a lot of good results along the way. We had a lot of shocking results too. So yeah, once we lost to Man United, I just knew we were going to have to play for one of these competitions. So yeah, let's recap the rest of the table. We're obviously the best team in North London. Arsenal finished 8th place outside the European spot. So next season, they do have a bit of a free run in the Premier League. So they don't really have much to play for next season other than the domestic cups and the Premier League. This is something Daniel Levy would love to see. I feel like in terms of our objectives, I don't think we really align. What I wanted was on the field success, and we kind of was successful in individual games, but in terms of the whole spectrum, the trophy situation, we're not really making much progression, which is a disappointment. Okay, so this is the in-game player awards. So fans player of the season, Davinson Sanchez. Young player of the season, Emerson Royale. Signing of the season, they agree with me, Gabriel Barbosa. Goal of the season went to Steven Bergwijn. Top goal scorer is Harry Kane, 31 goals in all comps. Most assists is Heung-min Son, who broke a record for that. I'm not too sure if that's for Tottenham or in the Premier League. I doubt it's the Premier League. I feel like someone has gotten more assists in the league campaign, but nonetheless, it's a record broken, so well done to Son. Hugo Lloris, highest average rating with a 7.4. So I did say I was going to mention one of my top targets going into next season, and this is one of the players I'm looking at, Zakarian, Arsene Zakarian. We do need a backup number 10, and I feel like this guy is really good for his age. He's 20 years of age. We can get him for a good fee. At the moment, it looks like we can get him for as little as 15 million. So if you can just take a look at him here, his current ability is at 141. We don't know his potential just yet. We need to do more scouting sessions with him, and we also need to do more research on his form, which I'm going to do going into the summer. But at the moment, he's what I need. He's ambitious, he's young, he's a wonder kid, he has a decent reputation as well, so we'll sell some shirts for Daniel Levy, because I know that's what that guy likes. So next season, we're going to have our hands full. We are going to be expected to do a lot better because of what we achieved and in terms of the places we went, because that's just how football is. Because we got second place, the board's going to expect us to get second place, the fans are going to expect us to get second place, and we're going to be expected to bring back a trophy this time. There's going to be no semi-finals or getting to the finals and we're going to get a pat on the back. I feel like we're going to be expected to bring back at least one trophy. And I feel like the best thing for me to do is surprise everyone with the Premier League. And that's exactly what I'm aiming for. We also signed a few gems. Most of our signings were successful this season. So in terms of our recruitment, I'll give myself an A. Form, I'll probably give myself a B-. Trophies, I'll give myself an E. Tactics, I feel like my tactics My players are warming up to a bit, so I'll give it a C+. I expect my players to be really sick next season, like proper sick. I want to dominate most games going into next season with possession. I want to create a lot of chances. There's been no excuses. If we have Barbosa and Kane firing, Kulusevski signing on a permanent deal, we get him firing as well, keeping him in his right position. So before we recap the whole episode, we do need to touch on the analytics. So all of the stuff I was saying before, it's all nice and dandy, but if we want to deal with facts, this is how we can do it. So we have the analytics right in front of us. So in terms of our expected goals in the Premier League this season, we're working with a 1.68 goals per game. Our tackles won ratio is a 77.25. Passing completion was quite high, which is good in terms of retaining possession. So we got 90% with that one. I feel like there's one that I'm missing out. Goals conceded per game. So it has improved. Last season we wasn't doing too well with goals conceded per game. It's now dropped down to 0.79. Expected goals against per game is 1.32, so that's still a bit high, but that's probably because we lost to the likes of Manchester United, Liverpool, Brighton and stuff like that. We didn't lose too many games, only 6 in the league, but yeah, we do have a lot of things that we can work on going into the next season. Going into the season, my contract was running out at the end of the season, and midway through the season we didn't know whether we was going to be kept on by Daniel Levy or not. And I did start playing dirty. I started flirting with other clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal. I even tried to apply for Wolverhampton. Obviously they declined me because yeah, who am I? But I was trying to jog Daniel Levy's memory that I needed a contract and that I was leaving at the end of the season. But we managed to get that. We managed to get a new contract. It's not the best deal. We're on 61k per week, and we've got a deal until 2026. So he does believe in my management, and he believes I can get the best out of Tottenham. So with that being said, you can expect a 3rd season, but I do need you guys to support this current video. So try to get the likes up on this video. Drop some comments below as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, just to show me that you actually enjoy this series that's ongoing. So in terms of comments, I can actually give you guys a template. I'm 0-3 in terms of cup finals. I've not won any trophies, so you can berate me about that. Give me some words of encouragement if you want. Also our form, we went on a few good runs. We also played really well in the Champions League, played really well in our run to FA Cup as well. We also got a shock win against Real Madrid and Man City in the Champions League. Also, we beat Man City in the Premier League. Let's not forget that as well. So yeah, that's one thing you guys can comment about. Another thing you can comment about is my tactical change. At the end of the season, we started the season off badly. I wasn't really fancying that tactic towards the end of last season because our performances were dipping. Then once I changed it, we went on a 9-game unbeaten run. So yeah, you have a lot of things to comment about. Just drop some comments below. Let me know what you think of our overall performance this season. So all of these things help me with feedback. Once I receive feedback and I see things where I'm going wrong, if it's gameplay or video quality wise, things can improve. If no one's letting me know, then things are going to remain the same. And that's one thing I do appreciate from the people that have been subscribing and that have been commenting regularly as well, because they either give me words of encouragement or give me a heads up about something that's not going well, whether it's the gameplay or maybe just the quality of the video. Even off this platform, some people give me a little shout in the DMs and be like, yeah, you missed this, you missed that, here's what you can improve on. And that's what I like about doing these videos as well. I get to communicate with people that I probably wouldn't really communicate offline or anything with. And yeah, I'm just enjoying some of the feedback, whether it's positive, whether it's constructive criticism. So like I said before, like, subscribe, comment below, share as well, and there's going to be a season 3. And I hope to see you then. Goodbye for now.